GTA 6 might be the most ambitious game that Rockstar has ever made, and honestly, that's what makes it so exciting. Because this isn't just another GTA, there are a number of new features and ideas that could take it to a completely different level. From gameplay systems to the world itself, some of these changes could completely redefine what we expect from an open world games. So here are the ones that matter most. The biggest thing we're going to be excited for in GTA 6 is the fact we are finally changing location after 13 years to Vice City, and we're going to Leonida. Now this is going to be insanely different to GTA Vice City back in the day. The game has been updated completely, the graphics look insane, there's a new Rage engine, we're in a modern day Vice City which is going to be heavily inspired by Miami, I would think, with a lot of neon nightlife features and insane detail. So it's a massive glow up from GTA Vice City, and that nostalgia trip alone will set a lot of the older players back a few generations, but for a lot of the newer players this game is going to be unlike anything they've ever played before, and it's a completely new GTA game as well. And the fact that we are back to Vice City is just you know, tugs at the heartstrings for a lot of the old school players. I think it's going to be absolutely insane going back to Vice City, going back to the roots, so to speak, for GTA. And with GTA 6, it's just a whole new thing. We don't really know what to expect with the game. Just from the trailers alone, we know it's going to be amazing. But the fact we get to go back to one of the OG locations of GTA, Rockstar have truly nailed this one. The second thing we're going to be really excited for, of course, is the map. Now this map is going to be even bigger than GTA 5's map in Los Santos, and that is because we've had 13 years of GTA 5. I think everyone's got well used to that map, and probably it's now been overdone, and to be perfectly honest, it's time for a change. And with the GTA 6, the map looks insane just from the mapping concepts we've seen so far. I'll probably pop a few up on the screen, but you know, it's just going to be a massive map which is going to make travel across that map very interesting. There's obviously no flying vehicles in single player, but there are 6 different locations so far. We have the Leonida Keys, the Grass Rivers or the Everglades, Port Gellhorn, Vice City, Mount Callaghan National Park, and of course Ambrosia. Now these are the 6 locations that we got from the trailer 2 update, which was then brought to us on the website. And I think just with the amount of locations so far confirmed in the game, they're probably going to be even more confirmed at a later date with a trailer 3 hopefully. I think just with that amount of locations, we are going to have so much to do that's going to keep the replayability of GTA 6 very fresh for a very long time. And obviously that might even include possible expansion over time with like a live service style. Like this might be a bit more prevalent in GTA Online, to be perfectly honest, but I wouldn't be surprised if they actually update the single player map live and over time as well. And of course GTA 6 is going to have a lot more enterable interiors. I think it's something like over 700 enterable interiors from memory, if the leaks are to be believed, and that is way more than GTA 5 ever had. I think GTA 5 has maybe 10 enterable locations in single player. It's very limited in that aspect, but obviously being a much bigger map means we have a lot more explorability as well in GTA 6. I think one of the biggest aspects of GTA 6 that people are going to be excited for is the brand new protagonist. We have dual protagonists this time in Jason and Lucia, and Lucia is the first female protagonist in a GTA game ever, so that is already exciting to set the tone. But I think we've had so many years of Michael, Franklin and Trevor that having 2 brand new protagonists sort of sets a change a little bit from what we were used to, and gives us a bit more of an insight into what Jason and Lucia are like. We obviously know that GTA 6's protagonists in Jason and Lucia are quite heavily influenced by the real life Bonnie and Clyde story. I'm curious to understand if they actually end up the same way Bonnie and Clyde did in real life. You can look that up online for yourself if you don't know how they ended up, but I think with Jason and Lucia, I think Rockstar are going to use that as a heavy influence, but in that same retrospect probably create their own really good and amazing story that, you know, gives an in-depth look into both Jason and Lucia, but also fleshes out their character a bit more than what we've got from the website so far. We know Jason is former military, and we know Lucia has had a tough upbringing, always fighting for her family, which will probably play into GTA 6's opening missions, I feel like, just to give you a bit more of an understanding into what Jason and Lucia are like and how they act and how they eventually interact with each other. And I think that whole idea of how they interact with each other is going to be quite a big talking point and game point for GTA 6, because I think that relationship obviously sets the tone, but I think the way that's going to be received by the GTA community just generates a lot of excitement just from that alone, and that is probably one of the main things I'm very interested in, just, you know, having that first mission playing as a new character in GTA. Now obviously one of the main exciting points of GTA 6 is obviously the return of the 6-star wanted level, and that in its own right brings out a whole new thing regarding how the police AI will operate in GTA 6. Now obviously with the enhancements to the Rage 9 engine, you would think that the police would act a lot more smarter and a bit more realistic than their counterparts do in GTA 5. To be perfectly honest, I think Rockstar will do a good job of making the police AI a lot better than it was in GTA 5. But me personally, I think the best police AI is 21 years old and it lies in Need for Speed Most Wanted. I don't know what it is about that game, but the police are just so on point and so realistic that if they could somehow copy, or not even copy it, sort of replicate that Need for Speed Most Wanted police AI and the call outs and the cop chases, I think GTA could actually be a really fun game in trying to escape from the cops. It could spawn a lot of videos titled How to Escape a 6-star Wanted level, and I just think having a much more realistic police AI based on a game like Need for Speed Most Wanted's police AI back in the day, I think will make GTA quite exciting and really fun, but at the same time probably will make it pretty frustrating as well. I wouldn't mind if it also sort of replicated Need for Speed's heat system as well, where after a certain period of being chased by the cops your heat level goes up, and also with that, having that heat level continually going up means a much larger police presence is chasing after you. So you know, whether it's at 1-star wanted level, you might only have 1 or 2 cops chasing, but by the time it reaches the 6-star wanted level, you probably almost got the military on you. So it'd be something cool like that is what I would like Rockstar to sort of replicate. And if you're wondering what the call out sounded like in Need for Speed Most Wanted and what they should sound like in GTA 6, then here you go right now.
Patrol members be advised. A street racer has just been reported eastbound past Diamond Park, requesting units to head up.
Any more details on that call?
Suspect is in a silver BMW.
Yeah, I'll head up that way. I'm in the area.
But honestly, I think it'd be really exciting just to see an evolving of the police AI in GTA 6, and it's one of the more exciting things I'm looking forward to in GTA 6. I think another area of the game that a lot of people and fans are going to be excited for is the heists in GTA 6. Now, we were privileged, I would say, in GTA 5 with the heists that were available in both story mode and in online as well. If we just look at the story mode heists at face value, there are some really fun ones in there. Obviously, the big one at the end, obviously the probably the biggest heist. I wouldn't say necessarily it's my favorite heist. Me personally, I probably prefer the Vangelico heist, the first heist we're introduced with, because that is literally the first heist that GTA and Rockstar have actually done properly in a GTA game. And I think for GTA 6, this is just going to go next level. We are going to have some absolutely insane heists, and with the advancements to the graphics and the Rage 9 engine as well, oh boy, it is going to be off the scale. Like, just the level of planning and detail that I'm hoping Rockstar have included in this game is going to be off the charts, next level detail. And I think the heists are just going to be even better. You know, with Jason's former military background, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a heist on the military base at some point in time. I think that'd be really cool, but also probably something that takes down drug cartels would also be pretty cool as well. The final heist of the game would not have a clue what that could potentially entail. Maybe something similar to GTA 5 and taking down all your enemies, or something completely different. I just have no idea where they are going with it, but I'm looking forward to heists in GTA 6. Now, I did mention it earlier in the video, but Enterable Buildings being a major part of GTA 6 is going to make the experience for GTA players that much better than GTA 5. One of the things that I liked from previous GTA games is the ability to go into buildings that you might not necessarily think you can go into, or buildings that might be, you know, quite accessible in real life. The case in point is in GTA 4, you can go into a burger shop and order a burger quite easily. Now, for some reason in GTA 5, you cannot go into any burger shop and order a burger, because guess what? You can't enter the building in GTA 5. Now, I hope for GTA 6, and if the leaks and reports are to be believed, there's going to be over 700 enterable buildings. Now, that's over 70% of buildings in GTA 6 being enterable, which marks a significant increase from GTA 5. I just hope that these buildings actually have some purpose, and they're not just ones where you go in, check it out for 2 seconds and then walk straight back out without any purpose. Like, I would definitely love just to go into, you know, even say if there was an enterable pharmacy and, you know, have to buy some medication for Jason or Lucia because they've got a sickness or something. Just something that breaks a little bit off the norm, or even going into a sort of supplements and nutrients place. Now, there are quite a lot of these in real life, a lot of places that sell protein powder, protein protein shakes, you know, nutrients for like going to the gym and working out. We do see in trailer 2 Jason working out on a beach, so maybe one of the Enterable Buildings is of course one of those nutrient shops where you can of course get supplies to bulk Jason up. But we guess that remains to be seen. But if there's over 700 enterable buildings, then I would like to think that certain shops like that would be included in the game. Also wouldn't mind seeing stuff like shopping malls being included as well. I think that'll probably take a lot of enterable buildings up as well. But I guess it remains to be seen. The advancements in the Rage 9 engine have allowed Rockstar's development team to experiment with what they can make enterable versus what they don't make enterable. In that regard, we shall have to wait and see to actually see what it does look like, but I'm looking forward to having a lot more enterable buildings and a lot more exploration to do in GTA 6, because I don't think you can really do that much exploration as it pertains to buildings in GTA 5. I think one of the major aspects that people would be looking forward to or excited for GTA 6 is of course the car culture in GTA 6. Now, obviously car culture always plays such a strong role in GTA games, it always has, and I think with GTA 6 and the upgraded graphics with the new Rage 9 engine, and of course the car culture that is so clearly evident within the GTA community at this current point in time, we'll probably see this taken to the next level as well, with stuff like car customization being taken to the absolute next level. I think a lot of people will like to customize all their cars. I feel like whatever the equivalent of Los Santos Customs will be in Vice City, or Leonida for that matter, Leonida Customs or Leonida City Customs, whatever they want to call it, will just be awesome for GTA 6. And I think a lot of car people and car lovers will just be taking this literally to the next level. It's also been in a couple of the trailers as well, where there have been shots of different cars. I think there was even a car meet in trailer 1 from memory that looked pretty cool. So I think the car culture is definitely something that we're going to have to look forward to, and something that's going to be very exciting in GTA 6. One of the major beneficiaries of GTA 6 is obviously the Rage 9 engine, and what comes with the Rage 9 engine is the fact that weather in GTA 6 will be definitely updated, and to be fair, it's going to be dynamic as well. Now I know in GTA 5 the weather is definitely somewhat dynamic, where you have different and changing seasons throughout GTA, and even Rockstar put in the snow when it's around Christmas time in GTA Online. But I feel like with the advancements and improvements to the Rage 9 engine, the whole dynamic weather will be a lot more. So with the improvements to the Rage 9 engine, the dynamic weather will just look that much more realistic, and stuff like hurricanes and floods in the evolving map as well will look even more realistic. And I think the other thing as well, stuff like the Everglades has a lot of very humid and tropical weather as well. So I think see a lot of like missions that take part in the Everglades section of the map that might potentially be quite stinking hot. I mean, I know we can't feel it, but it'll probably look like that on the screen, but also the fact that it'll probably be very humid in that as well. But also, that being said as well, look at other parts of the map that could potentially have a lot of dynamic weather involved, including the beaches, where, you know, a change in weather could mean, you know, a thunderstorm or a hailstorm or whatever it may be in that part of the world. I think it just makes the map feel more alive, and the fact that random events happening like weather changing, it just makes the map feel so much more alive. And I think if that happens mid-mission as well, that would be really good for content creators as well, because you can just get that differing view of the landscape as it changes throughout the mission. Like, for example, a mission could feel a lot more tense if the weather changes from like nice and sunny and everything's going all right to like thunderstorms and hail and moving parts of the map. You know, as the mission, you start getting chased by more and more bad guys in the game. So I definitely think within story mode that could be really, really cool as well. And also within the game as well, we could also look at world events. Now I know these also occur in GTA 5 as random events, right? And I think, you know, having differing random events would be quite interesting in GTA 6. I just wonder how they're going to improve on that from GTA 5. They definitely had quite a few and some unique random events in GTA 5. I think the one that sticks out to me in GTA 5 at least is when you got to save the construction guy from being crushed by the construction equipment and having to save him from that. That's probably one of the more unique ones in GTA 5. But I think when GTA 6 comes, the whole dynamic weather and world events that are evolving around the Rage 9 engine is going to be very, very cool. One of the things that's always bugged me about GTA 5 and actually GTA Online is the fact that NPCs can act a little bit dumb in the environment of GTA. Like, what I mean by that is, for some reason NPCs won't take much presence to actually know you're there, or for some reason won't believe that you're actually there unless you're right in front of them. So I think with GTA 6 we need to have NPCs that are a bit more realistic to presence and also realistic to what's going on around them. And I also hope they fix the NPCs in cars, because I've got numerous memories of GTA with cars just randomly turning at any point in time because their NPCs are programmed to do that. It's just ridiculous. Why program NPCs like that? That's what I hope for GTA 6. The NPCs are programmed a lot better, and obviously with the advancements in AI, even though Rockstar have said there ain't going to be that much AI within the GTA 6, I think in terms of programming the NPCs, they need to take into account what a real life person would do in a similar situation and then apply that same AI technology to NPCs in GTA 6, which I think will make for a much more enjoyable experience when dealing with NPCs in GTA 6. I do also think the GTA community will be excited for the improvements into gun realism and gun weaponry. I feel like the weapon wheel in GTA 5 has now become quite outdated. I mean, the game is 13 years old, but I feel like that weapon wheel became quite outdated around 5 to sort of 6 years in. It just didn't really make much sense after a while. I definitely get it at the start when it was like, oh, well, this is cool, I get to switch out guns on a weapon wheel. But I feel like within GTA 6, with all this realism coming into the game, I feel like having a weapon wheel wouldn't make too much sense. I'm not sure what the leaks have suggested is going to come into GTA 6 from a weapon wheel perspective, or even if there is a weapon wheel, but I would love to see no weapon wheel. We're just like sort of like like a gun on your person, like a gun belt for the protagonist in single player. Maybe it might be easier to do in single players as opposed to GTA Online, but I think it'd just be a lot more cooler to see a lot more realism when it comes to the weaponry in GTA 6. Now obviously that's going to happen because a lot of the weapons will be updated to their real life counterparts, so you get that bit of realism as well, and obviously a more grounded combat system as well. The combat system in GTA 5 and GTA Online is very silly. Like the whole diving behind cover and then shooting to try and get an enemy is a bit stupid. Like I just don't understand it. It makes no sense because you're shooting at an enemy in GTA 5 and because of there's an obstacle in your way, you can't shoot around it or above it or whatever it is. But with GTA 6 having that Rage 9 engine and that more realism in the game, I think this issue would be sorted out and we'll have a much more realistic and grounded combat system in GTA 6. The main thing that everyone wants to see is GTA 6 finally in the flesh with no more delays, and this is obviously going to need to be confirmed by Rockstar, but given what Strauss Zelnick has said in the last couple of days, he's leaning towards there being no more delays and marketing to start picking up as soon as possible. I guess the main thing that everyone's really bored of is the fact that now GTA 5 and GTA Online has become really stagnant and very, very repetitive. It doesn't matter how many DLCs and new things Rockstar put in GTA Online, we are just waiting for GTA 6, and the reason for that is a lot of the mission structure around GTA 5 is very stagnant and repetitive. Most of the time it involves you going from point A to point B, taking out a bunch of AI generated enemies, completing an objective and then escaping the cops. Now, while in the first couple of years of Grand Theft Auto Online this was quite interesting and a step away from the norm, over the last few years and since GTA 6 has been announced as in development, this has become more and more boring and repetitive. So I think for GTA 6 I'd love to see a more sort of non-linear type of mission where you don't have to go from point A to point B, but rather they have the ability to give you a choice. Now they obviously do this in GTA Online at the moment in regards to a lot of the heists, where you can pick and choose which options you want to take a particular heist setup. In particular, the Diamond Casino heist gives you the ability to go about storming the casino in one of 3 different ways, either silent and sneaky, the big con, and of course loud and aggressive. And I think a lot more of these choices in GTA 6 would be ideal moving forward. One of the things that's always been really interesting is DLC options in GTA Online and GTA games in the past. And when GTA 5 didn't have a story mode DLC, a lot of people were quite disappointed. However, I think for GTA 6 we need better DLC options. Now, while GTA Online has quite the catalogue of DLC options, there have been more misses than hits. In particular, in terms of hits, there was the ones that brought us the Cayo Perico heist and of course the Diamond Casino Resort and heist as well. Really great DLCs. However, there have been some ones that really did not go well within the GTA community. In particular, the Doomsday heist, which was the futuristic heist which brought us the Oppressor Mark II and completely changed GTA Online as we now know it, going from something that was very cops and robbers sort of thing and sticking up banks to ones where you could steal a super weapon or whatever using an Suppressor Mark II. So I think going forward into GTA 6, I believe we should have better DLC options. In particular, I'd love to see more story mode DLC options where it might involve going outside of the GTA 6 map and Leonida and Vice City, and maybe into Cuba or Canada, for example, and just having, even if it's like a prologue mission or an epilogue mission, just so you understand what became of the characters or what their backstory is. I think it'll give us a better appreciation for the characters in the game, and I do know there are character backstories on the Rockstar GTA 6 website, but they are only a snapshot of what the character is like. So I'd love to see some better DLC options, and I think the community would love to see some more DLC options, particularly ones that sort of impact the story of GTA 6. Another thing that we're all sort of really hyped for is the random events and just the randomness with the NPCs that are happening in the GTA world. Now obviously in GTA 5 these random events happened as you were in an area, and it sort of evolved as you went around them. In GTA 6 Rockstar will expand on these random events and include more and sort of have more that have more of an impact into your story decision. Case in point, remember in GTA 5 there were certain random events that would give you choices when selecting crews for heists in that story mode. Now in particular, two that sort of stand out to me is Packy McCreary when you rescue him from the cops. Obviously Packy was a popular character in GTA 4 and sort of plays a cameo role in GTA 5 when you do rescue him indeed from those cops and bring him back to his safe house with his accomplice, and he becomes available to select for heist moving forward. Another one that was really popular was Taliana Martinez. Now you find her with a rolled over car in the desert as you're on the way to Paleto Bay, and the idea is to rescue her and get her to a hospital, and then by doing so she then becomes available for you to select in the final few heists of the game. And this is really important as she only takes a 5% cut and her skills are insane, so it makes her a no-brainer when doing those final game-ending heists because it obviously improves your score, particularly in the big one at the end, giving you a much more overall bigger take. So I think the GTA 6 having more of these random events will be really cool, but I'd love to see it where it's flipped on the other side as well, where doing a certain random event could be a disadvantage to the player to help the player understand what choice they're accurately making and if that choice impacts the game moving forward. And so I think having this in GTA 6 will be really cool, particularly if it affects Jason and Lucia and the other characters to maybe make a different decision that they might not necessarily make in that instant. I think every player will have a different opinion on what decision to make. There obviously will be a canon decision to make, which is the most unified choice, if you will, but there also will be other choices in the game to have as well, which I think will be really cool, and I personally can't wait to see this. One of the main staples of GTA has always been the amount of activities you can do within their games. Now, while in GTA 5, this was really cool, where you could play tennis, throw darts, go to the movie theater, play a round of golf, and take part in a lot of races. I think in GTA 6 we need to have more activities. Now obviously in GTA 6 basketball is returning, so that's going to be really cool, particularly if you're playing at a party with a bunch of friends. You can play either a 2v2 or a 3v3 or even 4v4, it depends on how many players Rockstar does allow to play basketball. But I'd also love to see some other activities as well. There is a lot of water in GTA 6, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of water activities as well. You know, jet skiing, I know that's in GTA 5, but I'd love to see that return. Maybe even something like water polo, surfing, kayaking, even sailing as well. And obviously from the GTA website we do have screenshots of some water activities being conducted. In particular, we do know that there is kayaking, and it seems to be, I believe it was in the Mount Caliga National Park section, and this is going to be really cool, just being able to do different activities. Another activity that I think is not one that would be on a lot of people's top of mind is parkour. Now parkour is a really interesting sport where it involves people jumping from building to building and somehow landing on their feet. I still don't know how they do that. In particular, one that sort of stands out a lot to me is Mirror's Edge. This is really cool. It's often cited as the purest first-person parkour experience, which is focusing a lot on maintaining momentum, but I feel like in real life it's been done in a lot of movies and TV shows. Case in point, there was one where James May took on two local youths in Liverpool, England, and actually lost to these guys doing parkour. There was a race to, I believe it was the Liver building at that point in time, and he lost to him driving a car, proving that parkour was an effective way to get around the city. Another parkour scene we've seen takes place in the Fast and Furious, particularly the fourth movie, at the start of the movie, where Paul Walker's character Brian O'Connor is chasing a criminal across rooftops and buildings in Los Angeles to collect information that eventually helps him in bringing down a drug ring. So I think by having more activities in GTA 6 combined with the ones we had in GTA 5, it is just going to give us a more and more replayability of the game and avoid the game going stagnant and boring very quickly, which I think is what happened with GTA 5. Having that lack of activity made the game a bit repetitive very early on. So hopefully for GTA 6 we get a lot of activities. One of the things lots of people want to see is the map of GTA 6. Now, based on how many different people you believe and the certain mapping concepts that are out there, GTA 6 is going to be a massive step above the GTA 5 map. And obviously because there are just so many locations, it's going to take the longest time ever to get from the bottom of the map to the top of the map. In particular, to get from the city in Leonida Keys all the way to Mount Caliga National Park, if this map that I'm about to show you is to be taken as the true source of the GTA 6 map. But that is just based on what we've received from the GTA website so far and the screenshots as well. We only have 6 confirmed locations so far. So is GTA 6's story going to take place across all 6 of those locations, or are we getting more locations? We don't know. That's the problem. Rockstar have been very quiet with any official information as it pertains to the map of GTA 6, so we just have to go with what we have so far. Personally, I think there will be more locations because it's GTA 6. They're just going to add more locations to the map, and I think that's going to be really cool because the locations we have so far, obviously Vice City, Leonida Keys, the Grass Rivers, Port Gellhorn, Ambrosia, Mount Caliga National Park, it's just given us so much from what we can see. So I think when trailer 3 hopefully does drop very soon, we will get more information about more locations that are going to actually add to the map of GTA 6, just making this map an absolute nightmare to go from bottom to top. But that is all the adventure of GTA 6 and exploring the map, and that is why it is going to be the largest map ever when we do eventually hit the streets of Leonida. So even if a few of these features make it into GTA 6, this will easily be Rockstar's most advanced game yet. And honestly, this is kind of why the hype feels so different this time around. It's not just about how big the game is, it's about how much it could involve the entire experience for the GTA community. And the craziest part about all that is we still haven't even seen everything Rockstar is working on. So TikTok Rockstar, time to get some information out. It's been so long. It's been over a year. If you're as excited for GTA 6 as I am, don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to the channel, as it really will help the channel grow. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so any help would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to drop which features you would love to see in GTA 6 as well. But with that, guys, I'll leave you to it. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you with another video very soon.